What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for coming to our presentation today, the Home Ownership for All presentation. That is UMortgage's 1% down program that we have developed alongside our lender partners to provide to our clients, to your clients, to you, to really help bridge the affordability gap in today's housing market. My name is Sean Grapevine. I am a branch manager here at UMortgage. The name of my branch is called Agent Direct. We work hand in hand with agents to help our loan officers and our agents establish and build their business. And I am joined here today by a great guy, a man who's worn many hats in his life in the mortgage industry. And his title is shorter than his skill set. He's the VP of Revenue. His name is Rob Pieklo. Welcome, Rob. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first, I definitely want to give a little color on my smirk because Sean is known in our company as the best intro guy. He creates these amazing intros. So I was kind of laughing. We do a market update on Mondays, and he usually has a very long, elaborate, besides having incredible lighting and stuff in the background, he is amazing at creating these intros. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for the intro. And yours was very short. You're doing a lot of amazing things and changing the game in the mortgage space, especially for our referral partners, and that, like I like to call that, originators last mile, the origination last mile that you've created, which is awesome. We'll get into that. Rob Pieklo, I am VP of Revenue, kind of in charge of all things that are lender relationships, programs, kind of how things price, how our company, our compensation plans are, and kind of make sure that we're providing like the best programs out to our customers, our referral partners, customers, and making sure they're able to get the most affordability out of the loans that we provide.
Yeah, Rob has been instrumental in helping us create new lender contacts and work with them to develop loan programs that are specifically for UMortgage. UMortgage has grown a lot in the last year, and I think everybody looking in from the outside, including our lender partners, can see the growth. And yes, I considered doing a, I've got my Monday market update intro here pulled up, but I decided not to do it just because, you know, I didn't want to scare everybody away before they've really met us. So maybe on the next one. So if we can move on to our next slide here, we'll go over today's agenda real quick, and then we will do the things on the agenda. So the first thing we'll go over is what the Home Ownership for All program is. We'll go over who it's for, why we're doing it, how we're using it, and then how you can use it. It's a great loan program, but it's also a bunch of other things, which we'll get into here in a little bit. So the Home Ownership for All program, we offer it because we've teamed with one of our lenders who offer it, and they offer it because it is the mission of the FHFA. That's the Rob.
I'm ready to jump in.
I'm in your territory. Please take over.
Yeah, so I threw this slide in because and it wasn't on the agenda. I should have probably added to the agenda, so my fault. One, I just wanted to kind of preface this whole program and everything that we're dealing with on a daily basis is just coming from programs that are being created based on our governing bodies. We all know that in the mortgage world in the United States, 90+% of those loans are backed in some semblance or form by the United States government. FHFA oversees Fannie and Freddie, so all the conventional loans that are going out in this particular product is a conventional loan product. So we want to talk about their mission statement. We've heard about it. There's a lot of stuff in the news about the loan level pricing adjustments and the different things you've seen about people with better credit getting different adjustments. We're going to throw the political stuff aside here and simply say that there is a mission statement. They are creating, exactly, Sean. So they're creating programs. We're trying to bridge the gap of basically wealth, and home ownership here. And FHFA is at the forefront of that. You've seen it about a year and change ago. They started talking about additional adjustments for second homes and investment properties. It is not in their best interest, or what the FHFA's mission statement is, to provide a backing for people buying their second home or beach house or buying their 5th or 10th investment property. They want to focus in on the affordable housing piece and making sure that everybody has access to financing to purchase a home, because it is we all know it's one of the largest, it is the largest creator of wealth that's out there. So their mission statement is to find more product, more programs. This will continue to happen. You're going to continue to see more programs and these incredible opportunities to get more buyers in. The first program came out and we enhanced it before we even had this call. We had this call set up, and while we were waiting for this call to happen, we enhanced the program even more, which we're super excited about. So that's all we have for this one. Click on to the next slide.
Yeah, so I'll go kind of over the nuts and bolts of what the Homeownership for All program is. It is a 1% down program, which means that it is a 2% down down payment assistance grant. So this is not it's not a second. A lot of DPA programs, it's a second loan. You got to pay it back, or if you sell the house before a certain amount of time, then you have to pay it back, or you're making monthly payments on it to pay it back at 10.5% interest or something like that. Or you're getting maybe you're getting it for free, but the interest rate on your first loan is 2% higher than it really should be, because they're just taking the money from that loan and giving it to you as
Sean, I think before you get to the next point, like that one is so important that you just mentioned, that everything costs something, right? We always say that, and I'm the guy that always says it because I'm the guy in the background making the pricing and making the rate sheets and making this stuff happen. This one doesn't. This is priced exactly the same as some of our other home affordable programs that are out there right now. It's actually priced exactly the same as the Home Possible program, and this is a grant, but it's really a gift. It is not need to be paid back. The people are walking into that equity that they're gaining here. So we're providing that 2%. We're not asking for some crazy structure that they can't touch their loan for 10 years and it's going to incrementally go away. It's not like that. This is a grant that is forgivable immediately. It's a great program. You're not jacking up the rate to make it happen. That doesn't help anybody in this situation. We've seen some programs that are out there from other lenders that move the interest rate 2%, 1% or 2% higher to get the 2%. So the person is just paying it over the first year or two back in interest, right, and then are stuck with that rate for the foreseeable future. So this is a different program. This is where that differs.
Yeah, it really is great. I mean, if you qualify for this program, then your interest rate on that conventional loan will be better than any other conventional loan out there. And so I'll skip down to the third point real quick, because it's a conventional loan, which is great, right? Like, listing agents want to see conventional loans. They don't have to know that it's a down payment assistance loan, because it's not, it doesn't adjust the LTV. So if you have an addendum that lists the LTV, sometimes with DPA loans, you're like, should I really list 101? But this one really is just a 97% LTV loan, so you don't have to mention it to the listing side. You can still close it in, with a UMortgage LO, you could close this loan in 10 to 12 days with your eyes closed. And it also qualifies for significantly reduced PMI as a result of being an affordable product. So it is like the mega, I mean, imagine buying a $200,000 house and only having to come out of pocket $2,000. You get seller concessions for the closing costs, which are also low on this loan. And then you have $2,000 to buy a $200,000 house with the lowest interest rate in the market right now. It's really incredible. It's limited to $4,000. So, so for a $200,000 house, that is the highest purchase price house you can buy, while this still being technically a 1% down loan. However, you could still buy a $300,000 house and get a $4,000 grant at the closing table. So instead of, I picked a bad number. So it would still be a 1.5% or 1.6% down loan in that
Close
case.
enough.
So you could,
we get it.
Yeah, somewhere there. So you still get the $4,000, at any price point above $200,000. But for it to be a true 1% down, obviously, $200,000 is the cap. If it's less than $200,000, those still apply, obviously. And like I said, it's easy, fast, and simple. It's a conventional loan. There's no additional DTI requirements. There's nothing. Like, if you qualify for a Home Possible or Home Ready loan, which is Freddie and Fannie's affordable product, then you qualify for this loan. And there's nothing extra that needs to be done. It's really quite impressive. Let's go to the next slide. So talk about why we're doing this, Rob. Like, why are we doing this, and why are our lender partners doing this? Because there's a slightly different reason between those two.
Yeah, well, I think there's, also with the lender partners, obviously, like we said, there's mandates. There's mandates that come down from FHFA, and they have a mission statement. The mission statement we talked about earlier kind of flows right into this. We know that wealth creation happens in real estate. We know that that's what, especially for the middle class, that's like, sometimes it's the only wealth that's being created. And maybe there is another savings and other opportunities for them to put money away, the appreciation in their house, and also that pay down of principal. It really helps them gain wealth and some semblance of savings. So that has been the backbone for our country for a long period of time. We've always talked about it, the American dream of home ownership. So that part of it, you know, there's mandates for that to happen. Now for us, it fits right in. We'll talk about on the next slide too, I believe, or one of the slides that's coming up, that, you know, it fits in our mission statement. You know, we're here, we're creating life-changing opportunities through home ownership. And how do we do that? Like, how do we open up that bucket of a large segment of borrowers and buyers that were left out? How do we do that? We all that are on this call, we've experienced what the industry has been like for the last few years. And, you know, we know what that 2020 rush was, and like, just to even talk about an opportunity for them to purchase a home, it just didn't exist. You know, you're trying to put an offer in with this, but now is the time. I know the market's is heating up a little bit in certain areas, obviously, but there's still ample opportunity for folks to you know, get their bids accepted with this kind of product, especially with the speed that we offer it here. So it kind of fits with our alignment with FHFA and their guidance. It fits with our core values as a company and our mission statement as a company. So this all fits into a program that we're ready to rock and roll with for our referral partners.
Yeah, 100%. Our key vision statement at UMortgage is creating life-changing opportunities through homeownership, and it's not just something we say, that we really believe in it. And, you know, I think there's some life-changing opportunities that you create when you know, do a mortgage for somebody's $700,000, you know, third house. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think that could be plenty life-changing, but there's nothing like helping a first-time home buyer, a, you know, low to medium income buyer get into a home, especially in this market, right? It says housing affordability is in crisis, and it's in crisis in a way that it's never been. And, you know, like, the housing market in the United States has separated the middle class for the United States from other countries that are like it, because it created the middle class, right? Like Rob said, it is the way to sustained wealth creation with, you know, passive wealth creation and leveraged wealth creation for several generations of Americans. And like, that's in jeopardy right now. And you see FHFA, you know, mandating that we take that on, but like, we're working closely so that it aligns with our vision to actually help the little guy and little girl. Like,
and accelerating the opportunity for homeownership. That's it. Instead of sitting around and waiting for that, especially with inflation and other things costing more, like, it's harder to save. And in this situation, we don't have to wait this 3, 4, 5 years for them to be able to save their 3 or 5% down. There's a lot of people that are paying a lot in rent that would love to make that payment and own a house. And here we're lowering that bar of entry. So it's, you know, a really good opportunity for folks, just 1%, to be able to get into a home. This is again a great product that fits our mission statement.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be able to offer stuff like this. I can't wait to continue to innovate. So we can move on to the next slide. And so who it's for. So it sounds like a first-time home buyer program, and I think most of the people who use it will happen to be first-time home buyers, but you do not have to be a first-time home buyer to use this product. If you meet all of the other requirements for a conventional loan, and the income requirement for this loan, then you can do this loan 1% down. It's pretty amazing. So obviously it's for people who have minimal down payment funds, and then also those that have an income at or below 80% of the area median income. So when this first came out, we worked on it. You know, we thought we were addressing a decent sized problem, and that number was actually 50% of the area median income. And any UMortgage loan officer can help you figure out what the area median incomes are around you. But yeah, 50%, like, we tried it out, helped a few people, and realized what potential we had for it, and also realized that it just wasn't going to affect and help enough people. So I have bumped that to 80%. And, you know, a lot of people are at or below 80% of your area median income. And the number for that is usually $60,000 to $90,000, right? So in low cost of living areas, you might say it'd be $65,000, $66,000 is the max income a person can have. And then you can see in very high cost of living areas, all the way up to 90. I think I've seen like $96,000. So definitely available to a wide, like, we all know a lot of people that make $80,000 or less per year. So this is not some far-flung, hey, UMortgage says they offer this, and you know, they're just trying to generate buzz, but it's only available to 7% of the population. 40% of home buyers have an income at or below 80% of the area median income. So it is it's not just for a few people, it's for a big chunk of the population.
And a good question that popped up, and something that we'll definitely talk about is you know, the calculation and what people say they make and the perception of what they make versus what they make for the qualifying purposes, and what we use from the mortgage calculations are different things.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, it's solely, you know, depending on if they're getting commissions, overtime, and other things. There's going to be something that, you know, as an agent, you have buyers and they come in, they're like, well, I don't qualify, I make too much money, I make 100,000. We don't quite know exactly if that's the number. Definitely reach out to your UMortgage loan officer and find out if they qualify. And if you have someone who, this isn't a requirement to not have down payment funds, this helps those that don't have the down payment funds. If you do have down payment funds and you do fit the bill, this is another thing that you can just get because your rate's not affected by it. This isn't a program that you're paying for over time, so it's something they may want to take advantage of. It is the sole qualification purpose of this is that area median income, that AMI that you'll see everyone talking about.
Yeah, 100%. It's an excellent point. I mean, you can have a ton of savings and still take the free money on the table. So it's available for anybody who qualifies. Let's go on to the next slide here. So this is the point of the webinar, right? This is the fun stuff here, and we've had so much success with the 1% down program in a lot of different facets. So one of the things is there are a lot of people that have 1% down that don't have 3% down to buy a house, and they've been being told by their, you know, local LO that, hey, you need to get to that 3%, that 3.5%. So literally, we are increasing the number of buyers that we can work with, which benefits us, benefits the buyers, benefits you guys. It is benefits the housing market, benefits really everybody. So that is, like, on the surface, the obvious part of why it's great. So it also is unique. It generates buzz and starts conversations, right? This is a huge conversation starter. There wouldn't have been, you know, a couple hundred people signed up for this this webinar if this didn't generate buzz. So like I said, 40% of people qualify for this loan that also qualify for loans. But for the other 60% of people, like, they won't know, like Rob says, whether they qualify for this until they talk to a loan officer. And even, like, getting the word out about affordable housing initiatives and affordable housing loans is, like, enough to start a conversation with somebody who might not know that they are qualified for a loan, who's not even qualified for this loan, right? They make too much money, but, like, they didn't know they thought you had to put 20% down, and they talked to a loan officer and they learned, oh, I only have to put 3% down. Or, you know, any number of conversations have been started about this. It generates a lot of buzz. I'm not saying that you should just go out there and only use this to generate buzz, to work with people who aren't first-time home buyers or, you know, low to medium income. I'm just saying that it has doubled the amount of clients our loan officers talk to, and probably double the amount of clients you can talk to just by being knowledgeable about this program. Obviously, you want to stay compliant. You don't want to use any trigger words when you're advertising this. You know, you want to consult with your brokerage's social media or compliance team, or any of our loan officers can connect you with some good resources there. But it is definitely worth getting the word out. And the other thing is like, this burnishes our reputation as, hey, UMortgage goes around plastering, creating life-changing opportunities through home ownership all over the place. Like, you know, this guarantees that people aren't like, well, why do they only do $700,000 loans for physicians, you know, that, like, for their third house? It's not like, this actually helps us support our vision. We say we are one thing, and now we're bringing to bear the things that we've always said. Like, we care about creating change through home ownership, and this has really allowed us to do that.
Yeah, I think engagement is everything here, and we certainly got a lot of engagement, both from good and a bad perspective. You know, when you get a lot of people chattering about the programs, our competition are talking about the program, how it doesn't really fit. Here, we've already expanded it. We've opened up the bucket to create, you know, more tools in that toolkit for our LOs. That's the key part. More tools in the toolkit, more buyers for our agents, right? That's it. That's the math. So that's what we're trying to create here, and this is going to continue. We're going to continue to come up with innovative products. We're going to continue to leverage our lending partners to come up with these programs. So this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be a loan officer. Man, I was a mortgage broker for so long, and every other conversation, hey, do you guys have a DPA program? And I was always like, yes, but it sucks. Yes, but it sucks. You know, it's just for so long we had just like bad ones after bad ones. And like, I love that this is just, like you said, the tip of the iceberg, that this one's good, but like the next one is going to be good too. And we'll have a whole repertoire. Why don't you take over on this slide, Mr. Pieklo?
Yeah, so this is it. Like, how do you use it, right? As an agent that's working with a UMortgage loan officer, or if you're not, like, this is something here. There's a program that you can go out and talk to and create more opportunities for your buyers and engage. The second bullet point is a big deal. You want to do it compliantly, like Sean said, but the idea is like stirring something. Say, hey, we have a new program. We have some. We'll provide some copy that is compliant. We can certainly you can tag your UMortgage loan officer if a question pops up about it, so they can answer it in the proper fashion. But this is it. This will definitely spur engagement. It's gonna increase lead flow for you. This is a big thing, and we want to make sure not everybody's going to be eligible for the program. Like that's it. But a lot of people are going to ask about it, and that's the key part. I know we've broadened the scope. There might be better programs out there within our product lineup that makes more sense for that particular buyer. But this is it. This is about spurring engagement and activity for those buyers. Maybe that buyer wouldn't have talked to you if you didn't post about it. If you weren't engaging on social about something, but saying, hey, I have a new program, you should talk to my UMortgage loan originator. And that might not have that relationship may not have come to fruition on that. So like that's a key component here. And then here it's you about your priorities to your community. And to your market. I think that's a key part is talking about this. Are you aligned with what we're aligned with? And this is, these life-changing opportunities are here, and you can promote that. You can go to your community talking about these are the things you're offering, these are the things that you're looking to do and help, and working with this UMortgage loan originator with this new program. And this is part of the outreach, and that's going to spur like that. Sean mentioned it, if it's that second home or that third investment property. That's great. That's nice. But that the kind of if you can have a good experience, which we could provide that experience to a first-time home buyer, taking that picture, you're changing a life. Not only does it feel really good, they're going to feel really good about recommending you to that next person, that at that barbecue, at that next event. They're going to talk about what an amazing thing they didn't know they can do, and boom, they're a homeowner right now. And that's like a big deal for this. So it's about that engagement, about creating that type of experience, and then conveying that to your community.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're running the playbook that our lender partner who offers this is running as well, right? Like when they announced this to us, it created a bunch of buzz. And like now, when we have announced this to our agent partners, right? Like that's why we're having this gigantic webinar. Like it created a bunch of buzz. When you release this to your clients, it's going to create a bunch of buzz. Like the number one thing everybody's got a job right now, right? Literally everybody. The unemployment rate is the Federal Reserve thinks the unemployment rate is too low right now. It's 3.4%. So everybody has a job, and wages are going up, and like it is a time when that is not the concern for loan applications. The concern we have with loan applications right now is nobody has savings. It's expensive out there. Inflation continues to rise. And although it's coming out of control, things are just permanently more expensive right now. So savings are the biggest impediment to people participating in the, like it wasn't that hard when houses were $70,000 to save up, 3 or 5% or whatever. I don't even, that's like $3,000, right? Like that's what we're talking about needing for a $300,000 house now with the 1% down program. So it's definitely a fantastic opportunity for people that are being left behind by housing affordability, by inflation, and by the sort of like breakneck speed that the economy is running forwards at. So after this call, we will send you some suggested copy for a social media post or an email blast to your database. I recommend both, not and or, but just get it out there. We'll send you the video recording of this training and then a matrix of the program. Poor Rob Pieklo has been, so buried in the basement of finance for so long that he went and confused everybody with what a matrix is. A matrix for a program is just an Excel spreadsheet that shows who qualifies at what various levels. It's a
We already
simple.
had it. It's already prettied up. The team had made it incredible and much more aesthetically pleasing than the grid I was about to send you guys. So I'll thank the marketing team for being on top of this. Maybe not knowing what a matrix was, but already having all the information to send out to you guys. So that'll be going out as well. And yeah, that's it. So for this, we want to be able to provide you with something to go out and generate some leads. So it's going to be something you can post, something that you can email blast suggestions if you see someone talking about it, how you can tag just tag your loan originator or your UMortgage loan originator to answer any questions you may have, because it is tricky when try to answer questions when you talk about down payment and products and programs and where rates are. Immediately people go to rates, so you definitely want a licensed loan originator to answer those questions for your potential clients.
Yeah, 100%. And if you need to be connected with one of the best UMortgage LOs out there, just I mean, honestly, they're all great. You can go straight to our website and pick one who's in your area, or reach out to me or Rob, and we will connect you with somebody who we personally know in your area. We know we have people in 47 states, I think, right now. So definitely there's somebody in your area. I assume if you're on this call that you know UMortgage LO, but if you've forgotten who or why or how you got connected to us, we will happily remake the connection. So we'd like to leave some time here for to answer any questions, to go over any specifics, or to just chat away with you. Does anybody have any questions?
There's a couple of questions, so I'll let you answer, or I can try and answer and find it here. So the first question was there allowance for non-occupying co-borrowers? And for this particular product, I don't believe there is. So that is here. It looks like that is not permitted. So you can't have somebody that's not going to be on the loan to be, or somebody that that's going to not live in the house be on that particular loan. That's something that is allowed on conventional loans, but not allowed in this product. Also, is there a FICO score requirement or a credit score requirement? There is a 620 minimum credit score for this, which at that level, you're going to be buffering on other programs that are out there at that FICO score, right, Sean?
Yeah, if your client has, just because they have a 625 score or something like that, doesn't mean they'll qualify. This also has to be approved by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's automated underwriting system. It's kind of too inside baseball, but just because there is a minimum credit score doesn't mean all the credit scores above that will be approved. I think that's important to note.
Great. I don't see any other questions. If you have a question, please feel free to either raise your hand or type the question in.
Sure, I've got there's a couple here in the box. In fact, one from one of our LOs. What a great way to spend your time. We're happy for your support. Thank you for being here. He asks, are we able to ignore commission, bonus, overtime, etc. income to qualify like some other affordable programs allow? Yeah, as far as I know, at least on when you do it through Freddie Mac, you just have to count the income that gets you to qualifying, and like if they have overtime or commission or bonuses or anything like that, you don't have to count that if it's not being used towards qualifying. So like Rob said, like if you have somebody who's making $70,000 a year plus another $70,000 a year in commission, but they qualify off the $70,000 of salary, then we can just use that, and they would qualify for this program. So a lot of little tricks that we can use, not tricks, a lot of avenues we can take to making sure people can qualify for this.
Yeah, remember, we're on a recorded webinar, so we have to.
Yeah, not tricks.
Oh wait, hold on, I mean that. Hold on a second.
All right,
yeah.
CFPB. Exactly. And this person asks, are you in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area? Yeah, we got more Florida loan originators than we know what to do with.
Well,
so
easy.
Tampa.
I'm on the other side of the state, but yes, we definitely have representation. We can definitely connect you with one of our amazing originators.
A lot of bilingual LOs in that area as well, which is huge for that market and the entire market, honestly. All right, I don't see many other questions coming up. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I wish I knew about this before we started.
Yeah, we'll kind of run down some of the items that will be out in the matrix, but I think the first thing is this is done at 97 loan to value. I want to be clear on that because that gift part was very important in the initial part of this. It is for 1-unit properties only, so we're not going to be able to utilize it for multi-units. You could do it for a condo or a single family home. Let's see, it's not allowed for manufactured home yet. This, like I said, and this portion is conforming loan. Granted, it's going to be on the lower side of loan limits, but it can go all the way up to the conforming loan limits. But it's tough to qualify based on the AMI calculations. Let's see here. Anything else major? If you are a first-time home buyer, there is a counseling that is required, and it's very easy, very simple thing you can do online. That is done that way, and you cannot waive escrows. That's something that if someone wanted to waive escrows, that part is not allowed, at least with the full with just the 1% down.
Yeah, amazing. So you'll get the matrix. Feel free to respond to that email with questions. Operators are in fact standing by and happy to connect.
But wait, there's more. No, I was kidding. That's
yeah, sorry. Yeah, like we said, really great program, and this is just the beginning for us. We're really excited to be able to offer this to our home buyers, to our agents, to our loan officers. It's a tough market out there, and when home buyers win, agents win. When agents win, LOs win, and when all of us win, all of us win. So really looking forward to continuing to innovate and iterate on this. Keep your eye out. Make sure you're following UMortgage on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, so you can keep up to date about what we're doing. Really looking, we care about agents, and we really see them as business partners, and we want to give them the keys to success. Rob, I really appreciate your time on here with me. What a fun 35 minutes.
Always fun with you, Sean. It's it's great. Thank you for kind of emceeing this. It's always a pleasure being on these with you, and especially when we're providing this kind of program, this kind of information. It's always fun to talk about things that we're passionate about.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, I will see you on the Monday market update next week, and everybody else, have a great rest of your week. Let us know if you need anything. Always here to help. Have a great day.
Thank you.